Carmen Capizzuto, and I'd like to share with you the success of Port St. Lucie's first ever City University program. Back in January, the City of Port St. Lucie launched the new Citizens Academy designed to teach our residents about a wide variety of topics like how decisions are made, how city funds are allocated, and how departments operate. In addition to participating in lively discussions and other interactive activities, participants discovered the current status and future plans of our city's continued growth and development. Tours of city facilities were also included to get a true behind-the-scenes look at their city government. In general, the goals of the program were simple: to create more informed and involved citizens. More than 30 students registered for the program, which was held on Wednesday evenings at various locations throughout the city. Each session was approximately 3 hours long and was jam-packed full of information. A total of 18 city departments and the St. Lucie County Fire District gave our students presentations on what roles they play in keeping Port St. Lucie running smoothly. Session 1 was called City Government Overview and was held at City Hall in the City Council chambers. This session was kicked off in tremendous fashion by a presentation from our energetic city manager, Jeff Bremer. Mr. Bremer discussed what it means to be one of the top 2 officials appointed by the City Council, the other being the City Attorney. Mr. Bremer shared details about the city's strategic plan and how the city is organized to ensure that we are hitting the mark when it comes to providing exceptional municipal services that are responsive to the community in a financially responsible manner. This session went on to include a presentation from City Clerk Karen Phillips about her department and all that they do to archive public records, protect public records, and record everything that is discussed at public meetings. Next up was Dave Pollard, Director of the Office of Management and Budget. In addition to discussing the budget process, Mr. Pollard's presentation included a group exercise that acted as an icebreaker for the participants and showed what it's like for departments to compete for limited resources while prioritizing major projects. The session concluded with informative presentations from our Finance Director, Ed Fry, and our Procurement Management Director, Cheryl Schanenberger. The group discussed the city's debt policy and the legal aspects of purchasing goods and services with public funds. All in all, the students received a wealth of information from the 5 presenters with more than 100 years of local government experience between them. Session 2 brought the City University participants to Building B, where the lineup included the City Attorney's Office, Planning and Zoning, and the Building Department. Joel Dramus, the city's Building Code Administrator, began his presentation with an interesting twist. Mr. Dramus gave the group a pretest, not to see how much they knew about the building department, but to show them how much they were going to learn by the end of his presentation. Many residents had questions for the code compliance staff who were helpful in addressing common code violations and explaining why codes are necessary to maintain a high quality of life in our city. Session 3 started with a tour of the Civic Center. Participants were able to walk through the state-of-the-art facility and ask questions about everything from weddings to rentals to recreation and beyond.
In the Civic Center, we were given a tour at that meeting area, and they showed us the conference area, and they showed us the kitchen area where they prepare all the catered dishes. So it was a great experience.
Numerous staff members from our Parks and Recreation Department presented information on all of the various programs, services, and facilities that are available to our citizens.
Yes, what surprised me that I didn't expect to learn about the city is the vast space of public parks, open area that is available to all of the residents, and what it takes to maintain all of those areas.
It was at this session that the group learned about the city's first-class volunteer program and that the city has approximately 1,000 volunteers.
Coming to the City University, I am now a volunteer at one of the city complexes.
The Human Resources Department, a group of 9 full-time employees, presented the class with the innovative best practices they use to manage the personnel needs of over 1,000 employees and volunteers. Streamlining procedures from recruiting to retirement was the message behind how one small department makes big things happen. This session came to a close with eye-opening presentations by Public Information Officer Jenny Newell from the Communications Department and Risk Management Director Renee Major. The Communications Department is responsible for the city's external communications with the media and the public to ensure that the city is consistently delivering thorough messages to its stakeholders. The Risk Management Department presented how they work behind the scenes managing all of the city's insurance, training, and workers' compensation programs, all with a staff of only 3 people. Session 4 was hosted by the Utility Systems Department. This was the group's first opportunity to get outdoors and see some of the equipment that helps maintain the infrastructure of the city. From excavators to street sweepers, this walkthrough display format gave participants a chance to see the equipment up close and get a feel of the level of skill it takes to operate each one.
What I found very interesting was that they shared the information. They didn't just say, okay, here's this water truck, but they told you what they did with it.
The most interesting thing about City University for me was the evening that we spent at the Public Works Department and got to see a demonstration of all of the trucks and the equipment that it takes to run this city on a daily basis.
Once inside the utilities building, the class received a history lesson of the city's water and sewer utility from longtime city employee Donna Roden. Miss Roden took the group back some 50 to 60 years when General Development Corporation undertook the early utility needs of Port St. Lucie. Today, the city's Utility Systems Department is one of the top agencies of its kind in Florida and has won national awards for their safety, security, and overall operations of a large utility system. Public Works Director Jim Angstadt and staff were up next to discuss all of the projects and functions under the Public Works Department. From signs to signals to sidewalks, this presentation covered everything Public Works.
Makes you realize that how precious a commodity water really is, to the point where after I spent that evening in class, when I got home and I started to brush my teeth, I turned the water off while I was brushing.
Session 5 was hosted by the Port St. Lucie Police Department with Vice Mayor Linda Bartz as the special guest speaker. The participants were enlightened and entertained by Chief of Police John Moldock, who shared with us his community policing philosophy and why our police department is so successful in keeping a low crime rate and a high quality of life year after year. The highlight of the evening came with a canine demonstration where the class was awed by the drug-finding abilities of Oliver.
Cool thing that I saw that was demonstrated at the police department was the canine dog demonstration, where they brought it, started going crazy and wild because you could smell the substances, and it was a very engaging experience for the whole class.
Following Chief Moldock's presentation, the group was greeted by representatives of the St. Lucie County Fire District. The fire department, serving all of St. Lucie County, focused on the safety and training that it takes to save lives and protect property in our community. Session 6 was the final educational night of City University and was another great opportunity to get the group outdoors to learn about the community. This session, held at the beautiful Rivergate Park, centered around economic development and was kicked off by special guest speaker Mayor Greg Orvek, who led a great discussion on managing smart growth in our community.
Mayor is a good guy. He's very interactive, you know, and he's not afraid. At one of the sessions, there was a question and answers, and some of the questions that person's asking me, I'm saying, and the mayor said, no question is not askable. Ask any questions you want, and I will give you the answer. So,
following the question and answer session with Mayor Orvek, the group was led on a boardwalk tour by Community Redevelopment Director Bridget Keene, who spoke about the North Fork of the St. Lucie River as a focal point for our community. The final session concluded back at the PSL Botanical Gardens, where city staff gave presentations on community redevelopment, economic development, and community services. Graduation took place on March 14th at the City Council meeting. Students and their family members took part in a brief ceremony commemorating their journey through the program and recognizing their commitment to the community. The first ever participants of City University brought with them a ton of energy, enthusiasm, and excitement to every session. The city's mission was to educate residents that want to be more involved in the community, and this program did just that. Once again, congratulations to the graduates, and we look forward to seeing you around town.
Great time at City University, and I highly recommend it for anyone who's wanting to learn more about the city of Port St. Lucie.
I highly recommend City University. It really opened my eyes. It was a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, got to meet city officials I would not have otherwise met, and it was definitely a great experience and well worth my time.
very, very happy to be part of this, to actually be part of the City University thing, and I would do it again.